Have you ever felt like you're being subtly diminished by someone you care about? It's those little stings, a backhanded compliment, a cold remark, or a vibe that makes you feel like you aren't enough for them. At first, you laugh it off. You ignore it. But deep down, something inside you fractures. You start trying harder. You explain yourself more. You over-justify your existence. And right there, the trap snaps shut. The moment you start trying to prove your worth to someone else, you lose your own, and their ego only grows larger. The truth is, this isn't an accident. It's a calculated, silent, psychological game. If you're constantly chasing, they will always run. The more you shrink yourself to fit into their world, the more power you hand over to them. I've seen this pattern 1,000 times. You start off strong, confident, and grounded, and slowly you become confused, doubting every move you make. Think about a simple, genuine guy who meets someone. In the beginning, everything is electric. The fast replies, the excitement, the "you're the one" feeling. But then, the shift happens. The replies get slower, the interest dips, and that subtle attitude creeps in. Instead of stepping back, he panics. He becomes more available, more apologetic, more caring. He breaks his own boundaries to keep the peace. He didn't realize that human value isn't built on availability, it's built on boundaries. When you constantly react to someone's tests, the hot and cold behavior, the deliberate ignoring, you are handing them the remote control to your emotions. And in this game, whoever reacts, loses. Whoever is being controlled can never be powerful. If you want to deflate someone's ego, you don't fight them. You don't try to win, you try to understand. Ego feeds on your need to prove yourself. It only dies when you start valuing yourself more than their opinion. You don't need to be loud or aggressive. You need to change quietly. The most dangerous transformation is the one that no one sees coming until it's already happened. If they ignore you, don't react. If they show attitude, remain unbothered. If they test you, treat it like it isn't happening. When you stop providing the reactions they thrive on, their game falls apart. But this is where most people fail. They are terrified. They are afraid of rejection, afraid of being alone. Listen to me. You shouldn't be afraid of losing them. You should be terrified of losing yourself. If you keep chasing, you'll never win. But if you stand your ground, you become magnetic. Here are the secrets to reclaiming your power. The power of silence. Explaining yourself is a confession of weakness. When you stop justifying your actions, they lose their access to your mind. Silence creates mystery, and people are always drawn to what they can't figure out. Withdrawal of attention. This is the most dangerous move. Don't go cold overnight, that looks fake. Slowly dial back your availability. Stop initiating every conversation. Let them wonder where you are. When you stop making yourself cheap, you naturally become valuable. Unpredictable energy. Humans crave patterns so they can control you. Break the pattern. Be warm, then be neutral, then be entirely focused on your own goals. If they can't read you, they can't control you. Eliminate validation. Stop praising them for the bare minimum. Stop agreeing with everything they say, just to keep them happy. Give them balanced, calm responses instead of overexcited ones. When the validation tap dries up, their ego will start to panic. Hard boundaries. When you're busy, be busy. Don't feel guilty for having a life. If someone is disrespectful, call it out calmly once, then move on. Resistance is the only thing that shocks an ego back into reality. Hyper-focus on self. When you start chasing your own goals, your energy shifts. You have options. You have a purpose. When they realize they are no longer the center of your universe, their ego will inevitably start to shake. Emotional detachment. This is the highest level. Love them if you want, but don't need them. When you are emotionally independent, you become impossible to manipulate. You are no longer playing to win their heart. You are playing to keep your own peace. The goal isn't to be a player, the goal is to become someone so strong that nobody can shake your foundation. When you stop reacting, you aren't just changing the dynamic of a relationship, you're changing your life. You'll notice that when you change, your world changes. Some people will fall away, and the right people will be drawn to your new, grounded energy. You will realize that the problem wasn't them, it was what you were willing to tolerate. Don't play the game to destroy their ego. Play the game to elevate your standard. Once you raise your standards, low-quality behavior gets filtered out automatically. You don't need to fight for respect, you simply stop allowing anything less. Remember, you are the prize. Start acting like it. What is the one boundary you've been most afraid to set in your own life? And what would happen if you finally stood your ground today?